Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films, and today we're watching A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So I know I'm a little late. On watching this. Everyone else watched it. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't really have any interest in watching this. I was just like, okay, another Game of Thrones spinoff, House of the Dragon Season 2. It was good, but it's just like, kind of felt like we were spinning our wheels for a while, and, the whole thing of, like, they cut the last 2 episodes of that season because of budget and stuff, and it's like, what are we doing? And so I was kind of just like, okay, another thing. It's just like, well, I don't know. But then two things about this show that kind of drew me in. Number one, I'm going to be honest with you, it's the episode runtimes. The fact that these are all basically like 30 to 40 minute episodes, that kind of draws me in, I'm going to be honest with you. But second, everyone said this was great. I know that there's certain episodes, I don't know which one, but certain episodes of this season are like some of the highest rated in, among the Game of Thrones shows, between this, House of the Dragon, and Game of Thrones itself. So I thought, you know what, I'm a little late to the party, but why not? Let's just go ahead and do it. Apparently there's only 6 episodes in this season, which is kind of crazy, but hey, 6 episodes, all at about 30 to 40 minutes each. That tells me they got in, got out, and did what they needed to do without wasting too much time. That's honestly a pretty good sign right there. So yeah, I do know this is about Dunk and Egg. That I know that is a story from the world of Game of Thrones, Sir Duncan and Egg, and I don't think this is probably not a spoiler, is it? That Egg is a Targaryen, and Sir Duncan, I think, is one of the greatest swordsmen ever, or something. I don't know. He was probably mentioned in Game of Thrones, and it's just been many years since I watched Game of Thrones. So yeah, but yeah, I thought, sure, why not? Let's go ahead and just give this a run through. As a note, if you guys start screaming at me for any reason, you're like, oh, you're wrong about this or something like that. I am probably recording this further ahead than I am actually uploading these. So probably, honestly, by the time you watch this reaction, I've probably already finished the season, or maybe, I don't know. But I'm kind of recording these in advance before just giving them. But they're still going to have just a weekly upload. So, yeah. It's also the first episode of the season, so I guess I can do my normal full-length thing. If you want to watch the full unedited reaction, it's over for free on my Patreon. And, yeah. And then if you want to watch the rest of the season in full length, along with early access, then you just got to pay $5, basically. I mean, if you don't, that's fine. It's totally fine. I mean, I wish I had your money, but at the same time, I understand in this day and age if you can't do it. So don't feel any guilt or anything about that. I mean, you probably didn't, but okay. Don't think that I'm going to feel bad if you don't subscribe to my Patreon. It'll be fine, but it'd be nice. But you don't have to. Anyway, that's a terrible sales pitch for myself, but here we are. Anywho, that's pretty much that. Why don't we just go ahead and jump right into episode 1 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Here we go. See, now I just expect the Sopranos intro after that, so... look at them horses. Oh, geez, who died? Poor Uncle Ben.
I don't know the right words. Ought to be accepting here.
This is just you and the horses.
You never beat me when I didn't deserve it. Except that time in Maidenpool.
I do know this is also a more humorous show.
Boy ate the widow woman's pie. Not me. I told you. Why you?
Fucking Jesus Christ. We're starting well with child violence, alright.
I'd leave your sword, but it would only rust in the ground.
Damn, looks like Vinland
Eat
Saga all
like
of a
a
sudden.
king if I sold you 3.
Well, you gotta keep
Year or
one.
2.
The theme. Oh. Okay. Oh God. I'll admit this is the only other thing I knew about. It's not exactly the hero's journey, is it? Man. That's a hell of a way to start. I'll give them credit. They did not start with the traditional Game of Thrones song.
There's good lamb, roasted with a crust of herbs and some ducks my son shot down. Which will you have?
Both.
Look at this dude. He's huge. Yeah.
Oi!
My lord,
You thief!
I did not mean to offend you.
Take that armor off you. Now. Be glad Thunder didn't kick you in that fool head of yours. He's a war horse, not a boy's pony.
I could ride him as well as you.
Close your insolent mouth.
I love this dude's voice.
I'm a knight, I'll have you know.
You don't look to be a knight.
What, all knights look the same, do they?
No, but they don't look like you either.
You look like shit.
Belts made of rope. If you could bring me to Ashford, I could squire for you, sir. And you can teach me. Best you can.
No, I've no need for a squire, lad.
Every knight needs a squire. You look like you need one more than most.
Someone to keep you together.
And you look like you need a good clout in the ear.
Oh, jeez.
But I've never heard of this Alan of Pennytree. You were his squire, you say?
He always meant for me to be a knight one day. As he was.
Am I to be a knight one day, sir? As you are?
He was tying, he called for his long sword.
That was good.
Made me kneel.
Those cutaways are
Charged
just
me
like
to be a good
perfect.
knight.
Perfectly timed and cut
Defend the
off.
weak and the innocent.
Know what comes to men here who pretend at sacred oaths?
I'm not.
We hang you, naked, by your hands and your feet. Lower you down, asshole first, onto a sharpened point, and fuck you dry. Call it the Ashford chair. So I ask you again,
That,
whether witnesses to your dubbing besides a fucking songbird?
that seems like a lot of work.
Well, see, it was raining.
I'm bullshitting you.
I was gonna say. What a dick.
Flying the banner of House Dundarian.
Aye, Sir Manfred of that house.
Sir Erland served his Lord Father in Dorne a few years past. Sir Manfred will remember us.
By scent alone, no doubt.
Nah.
If you'll speak to your good honour, bring him here with you before the tourney begins on the morrow. Leave your escorts behind.
Alright.
As you say.
You are aware that those vanquished in tourney forfeit their arms, armour and horse to the victors and must ransom them back.
Aye.
And you have coin to pay such ransom.
Oh, gods no.
Meh.
I mean, I won't have need of coin.
He's going to win. Ow.
What kind of knight don't got a stag?
It's a hedge knight, ain't it?
What?
It's like a knight, but sadder.
No, I'm not.
It's got to sleep in the hedges because no lord will have it.
Oh.
That is sad.
When we win our first tilt, we'll have the loser's armor and horse or his gold. Won't be sad then.
Is he just gonna have an armada of horses? Jesus. I mean, you're big. I hope you're strong, too.
So you go in that you blew out.
Now it's Game of Thrones.
As you see, my cousin here is not ripe yet.
Do it, sir. I may not be right, but my cousin's rotten to the core. Knock the seeds out of him.
Quiet.
You're just hopeful because he's big.
I thank you, but
Boy, you know, it is shows like this where it kind of reminds you... I'm glad not to live in a medieval world. There's flies and shit and mud and fucking terrible shit. Oh. But there is booty. I'll give him that. Damn. There's a booty and a half right there.
I'm not troubled with a wealth of options, am I? And if I mean to take service in a castle,
It must put
What
his body
happened to
at
her?
hazard for
Jesus.
the pleasure of strangers. Ain't that our job?
Oh, nothing.
Shut up. You're meant to be dead.
A boy from nothing risks it all, ignoring looks askance. Perhaps he's only stupid, holding fast his mirror shield.
Man, look at the effects on that.
His
I like a pyrotechnics. Goodness. So that's why they were dressing her up as a dead girl. Putting on a nice play.
Fight well for a squire. You have the look of a challenger. Whose shield do you mean to strike?
Makes no difference.
Anyone who has gold that I can win.
Lionel Baratheon. The Laughing Storm, they call him.
Meh. Oh, jeez. You stood out for having jam on toast, or whatever the fuck you're eating.
You ever been punched in the face before?
Yes.
I beg your pardon, Sir Lion? Big men get punched more than little men. Did you know that?
Meh.
No, but...
Because smaller men want something to prove.
7 above gave you tallness. So be tall.
Meh.
Or I will name you a heretic and burn you. Drown you. Drop your foot. Tall.
You'll be dead.
I don't know. What do they do to heretics? Burn them. You wish to curry my favor, son. Yet you come with an empty hand.
I didn't... Well, you called me. What was...
You've come for my head, then. What? No.
What? What? No.
Then why the fuck are you in my tent?
So supper.
This is going well. It was honest.
I think she makes sense.
Yeah.
Supper.
Do you like dancing?
Doesn't everyone?
I like you. You know, I'm gonna be honest. He's different from any Baratheon I've ever seen, but he's got the spirit in his own way. A little too far. He's gonna get punched. Oh, he found a playmate.
Within every man, there are many men.
Within every man is 2 wolves.
That I had to do.
I agonize a lot. Sometimes I think I agonize too much, and I just end up agonizing over that. I'm quick and strong, sure.
Sure.
But so are you.
Sure.
Meh.
You've trained sword and lance with the finest masters at arms in the realm. I mean, what chance do I have? Truly.
Well, you have no chance.
So what should I do?
I don't know.
Meh.
I'm really quite drunk.
I can see that.
No, he said he's hung like a Dornishman.
No, instead of hung Dornishman.
Perhaps we would speak on the morn.
I know your petty knight not, nor you, brother. Be gone.
Fuck.
But Sir Erlen took a wound in your father's service. How could you have forgotten him?
Oh! Oh!
Lord Father took 800 swords into those mountains.
This hasn't worked.
You!
How the fuck? How did you get here?
What are you doing?
I guess it was a full day and night of walking
Want
here.
some?
No, I mean, how did you get here? Did you steal a horse?
I rode in the back of a lamb cart.
Meh.
What are those doing there?
I washed them. I made the fire, caught the fish, and groomed the horses. I
Oh my God.
would have raised your
Usefulness.
pavilion, but I Sir Dunk. That's no name for a knight. Is it short for Duncan?
Yeah. Yes. Sir Duncan of... Sir Duncan the Tall.
There you go.
Never heard of him.
Made some
Go
shit up.
every night in the Seven Kingdoms, then.
The good ones.
I'll let you serve me for the tourney.
The tourney I can't enter.
The clothes might be rough spun and food salt beef and salt fish.
Meh.
You won't go hungry. I promise not to beat you. Except when you deserve it.
Alright then. Shooting star.
All the other knights are in their pavilions by now, staring up at the silk instead of sky.
A clout in the ear.
Alright then. You know what this reminds me of? Like, crass free run. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I don't know, it's just so much more subdued. You know? I guess, you know, in a sense it's kind of like the first episode of Game of Thrones. Like, you know, everything is just more calm. You see, you know, just things at Winterfell and stuff like that. And pretty much all of that episode is at Winterfell. With, I think in that first episode they do cut to Daenerys, but otherwise, all the major characters are in Winterfell. But even that, you know, that ends with the dramatic, you know, the dramatic scene of Jaime pushing Bran out of the tower and stuff. So it ends on this big dramatic moment. Whereas here, yeah, honestly, I kind of got some free run vibes, especially just from that ending of them sleeping under the stars, you know? I like that this is more subdued, you know? And again, pretty much after that first episode, Game of Thrones then starts going into, you know, that first season is political drama at King's Landing and stuff, and that goes on and on and on, the War of the Five Kings and such. And then, obviously, the first season of House of the Dragon is just fucking crazy. It's amazing. That first season is so incredible. Just how tight and packed it is. Just with that entire, you know, storyline of Rhaenyra and everything. But here, I like that this is smaller, you know? I like that this is smaller, you know? In a sense, I guess, you know, because Game of Thrones, you know, Game of Thrones is supposed to be the big epic, you know, the House of the Dragon is, you know, this huge, you know, basically Targaryen civil war is this huge conflict. This is a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, you know? Just one. Just a knight. That's it, you know? And I mean, there were other people there, obviously. But yeah, I like, especially just that ending. It's just nice, you know? Especially after, you know, Game of Thrones being such a big thing. And then House of the Dragon basically, you know, now that Game of Thrones is over, House of the Dragon basically takes up the slack as the, you know, flagship series, basically. So it's nice to have something like this that is just more subdued. And yeah, especially that ending of just the two of them sitting under the stars. I just got major free run vibes from that. Which is hilarious, actually, because I'm recording this on March 9th. Again, I don't know when I'm uploading this, but I'm recording this on March 9th, and this week there was no new episode of Free Run. The dub took a break this week. So I didn't get to record Free Run today, so it's nice to just have that sort of subdued medieval fantasy, you know? Even if otherwise these two shows obviously are very dissimilar. I mean, just in the crassness, the I suppose the vulgarity of these shows, you know, compared to Free Run, which is pretty wholesome and, you know, chill, so. But yeah, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. What an interesting episode, you know? And again, I really do, like, after watching this episode, it's like, I am kind of glad that it's like, you know, this isn't, first off, that this episode wasn't too long, you know? Like, yeah, we didn't get to the tourney in this episode, but I'm okay with that, you know? I feel like this established Dunk very well, and even Egg to an extent, even though he wasn't in the episode that much. But yeah, and then, you know, just the fact that it's like, okay, well, we only have 5 more episodes left, and they're each only about a half hour long. Like, I don't know. I kind of like that, you know? It's just a very much... It's a subdued show, which makes it interesting that this is now one of the highest, you know, has some of the highest rated episodes in this whole franchise, you know? Duncan. He is not... He is... This ain't no hero's journey. I did know that, you know, in this first episode, there is this sort of swelling of music, like they're going to play the Game of Thrones theme, and then it just cuts to him taking a shit, and it's just like, we're not doing that. Now, maybe next episode they'll have the Game of Thrones theme, because that was also the thing with House of the Dragon, is people kind of suspect... They didn't have it in the first episode, but they did in the second episode, and people were kind of like, I bet you they had another theme ready for House of the Dragon, but then they were like, no, let's do the Game of Thrones theme. I like this, that it's just like, no, we're not going on this even huge adventure, even though this kind of lends itself to an adventure, you know, the adventures of Dunk and Egg, but even still, I like that this is more subdued, you know, and they don't have this big bombastic thing, especially because, I mean, the guy only goes to like 2 locations, you know, so it wouldn't work with the original Game of Thrones opening with like going to the map, and you know, then you get the House of the Dragon intro, which is going through all the, like, the family crests and everything of the different Targaryens and stuff, you know, and you see, like, different bloods mix in and stuff like that. Whereas here, it's just like, no, just a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. That's it. That's it. I mean, I do feel like we are going to go on somewhat of an adventure, but at the same time, I am kind of sitting here as like, but it's not, but even still, it's like going on this adventure. It's different because you could even argue that Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon aren't adventures. You know, they're not adventures. This is more that, you know? We're going to get a classic medieval fantasy adventure, you know? So we don't get this swelling, you know, heroic music into the Game of Thrones intro. It's just, no, he's a guy. Duncan is a guy. He's just a dude. He shits like everyone else. He's tall. He's a big guy, you know. He's got 3 horses and a little squire now, but yeah. I do love that this is a more comedic show as well. Just the fact that they just keep doing these like little cutaways, which is funny. You know, it's like, and I don't mind that you beat me. It just cuts to like 4 different times. You just whacks this kid like that. That's funny. I like that. We here at 7th Hour Films do not condone child violence. We do, however, find it hilarious. Sorry, that's an old Dragon Ball abridged joke. So, yeah. And how's he gonna get in? How's he gonna get into the tourney if Lord Dondarrion doesn't help him? So, maybe the red-haired ladies. It's interesting that they specifically say is like, I guess all of his women, they dye their hair red, which is an interesting thing. So everyone he fucks gets red hair. So that was interesting. I also like them putting on a show. Like they just have a tent with a stage and they do this like play with this whole like big dragon puppet that has pyrotechnics. It's like, this is a bit of an undertaking right here, you know? The lady, because like you go in and they're like dressing up this body, and then she gets up and it's like, oh, what the hell are they doing? And it's like, oh, okay, clearly this is for the play. Like, that's funny. That's a funny little like play on how they're doing it, you know. And we meet Lord Lionel Baratheon. Again, very different. I will say, like, I feel like every Baratheon we meet is just completely different from each other, you know. I mean, just within, you know, honestly, I've been rewatching Game of Thrones clips on YouTube recently, and just seeing the difference between Robert and Stannis and Renly is just, like, ridiculous. Like, all 3 of them, and they're brothers, too, all 3 of them are so vastly different. And then, you know, I think we may have seen a Baratheon in House of the Dragons, but he wasn't really focused on. Yeah, because we went to, what was it, Storm's End or something like that? We went to Storm's End, That was like the end of season 1. That was when the Rhaenyra's son was killed by Vhagar. Yeah, spoilers if you haven't watched House of the Dragon, I guess. But yeah, so we have seen a Baratheon there, but even still, now here's Lionel, and Lionel Baratheon is just completely different from the rest of them, and I like that. You know, I like that. I mean, that said, he drinks like a Baratheon does. He drinks like Robert did, but oh boy. But I do like that where he's just like, oh, you've either come to pay me tribute or you're here for my head. And it's just like, no, neither of those. And it's just like, why the fuck are you in my tent? It's just supper. It's just like, fair enough. You know, they just have a good time. They do some dancing and they contemplate life as a hedge knight, I guess. So it is interesting too, the distinction of a hedge knight. And it's just like, yeah, it's a knight that has like nothing, has like no they have like no things, they have no money, they sleep in the hedges, you know, and it's like, not a good thing. Not a good thing to be a hedge knight. Although again, that also reminds me of Freerun. It's just like, let's sleep under the stars, under this tree, and we don't have any money. It's just like, that sounds like Freerun. So, oh, good grief. They need to go around to towns and do some odd jobs, you know, make a little money that way. So, that's what I do every time I play Daggerfall. I never progress the story of Daggerfall. I load it up and I just go do random shit around town. So, I don't know. That's what they need to be doing, at least, so. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. And then, yeah, Egg came back, and I guess so they don't fully say it, so maybe I shouldn't have said it at the beginning, that I do know what, you know, who Egg really is, but oh well. Fuck it. So yeah, but now he's a squire. And I do like, you know, you can just so easily tell that Dunk is a good boy, you know. He's a good man, and, you know, even though he says, like, oh, you want a clout in the ear, it's just like, I don't think he's gonna hit him, really. And he's just remembering his master, so it's just what his master always did to him, so. And now, the two of them, they can go do shit. This is like, I love, there's not really like a journey. Even in Freerun, they have a goal of like, well, I guess they didn't have it at the end of the first episode, but the goal of getting to Aurelia and everything. But here it's just like, I don't know, survive, get some money, get some food, be a hedge knight, basically. So I don't know, and I love too. We haven't really heard. Like, in those little cutaways, we never hear his master say anything, except, you know, just like, fucking, damn you, boy, and then he hits him. Like, that's it. Like, he said something, it's like, oh, that's what my master always said. And it cuts and it's like, was that it, master? And he just spits, and it's just end of flashback. It's like, okay, good. It's like, he's definitely got some embellished memories of his master, so. But that's funny. I like that. So yeah. But yeah, good start. I like it. I'm excited, and you know, we only got 5 episodes left, but I like that. I like this being a very subdued show, especially because we do have House of the Dragon season 3 coming back this year. So, you know, that's going to be balls out crazy, or it will be if, you know, Warner Brothers gave them budget this time around. So yeah, so either way, though, this I like this, and I'm excited to see where we are going for the rest of this season. But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Night of the Seven Kingdoms reactions, which right now is just one, but still. As well as another playlist, maybe House of the Dragon or something. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.